What's going on, everyone? We just got the part in finally. As you can see on here, it says priority 2 day, and it's been a week since I ordered it, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, we're gonna open it up, do a little unboxing, and then we're gonna install it and do a little review on it as well. This is the Sigma 5 short shift from DieselGeek. Alright, got some packing peanuts. Here's one of the pieces now, right on top. Looks to be made pretty well. Got the packing peanut. They send along the little tool to adjust your shifter alignment and everything, so that's cool as well, so don't have to worry about using my stupid nail that I used in the last video. And then this is actually the piece that I broke originally, which made me lose most of my gears. But yeah, this stuff looks really nice. Pretty much your cables are going to bolt directly into here, rather than those stupid spring clip connectors. And then they also sent along a sweet DieselGeek sticker, so far looks solid, but we'll have to see how it performs once we get it on the car. You're funny. Alright, well, gotta start by getting this thing in the driveway, and there's like 4 inches of snow right here, and this thing's covered in snow, so. And also, I can't start it to warm it because I'd have to sit in there with the clutch in, because it's in second gear right now. That's literally ice. There's ice frozen on my hood. Alright, we're gonna get a little cold start action here. I'm gonna have my videographer stand back here.
No, that's scary.
Why? It's not gonna be loud. Like, it's gonna be kinda loud, but it's not gonna be that, like, popping noise.
Alright. Leaves this frickin' thing.
Alright, so in the last video I made on this, it was like the prep for this. We disconnected the spring connectors here, which those are pretty self-explanatory. You just pull back on them, and that disconnects them from the cable. And I also removed my cold air intake and heat shield just so I had a little bit more room to get down here. So if you guys have any issues doing that, I don't think any of you will, you can check that video out. But right now we're just going to remove the linkage down there so that we can install the new stuff. So you're just going to start, there's a 13mm bolt right on top of the shift tower there. So you can start by disconnecting that. I think I'm actually tightening it shit. No. Thing's just tight. lefty loosey, righty tighty. It should be on like this. There's not a whole lot of room here either, so it's kind of a little bit of a process. Oh, he dropped it, but that's alright. Alright, so that's one of the pieces here. And these teeth here, there's two teeth that are jointed together, and that's also going to be the same down on the piece here. So there's a little mark on the DieselGeek shifter, which I can show you there, but you want to make sure that gets lined up when you reinstall their part. But there's the old piece. And there's the old bolt for it. They send a new bolt with their kit, but if you're ever replacing that, you want to make sure you put Loctite on it. And then this piece here kind of just slides out. You got to wiggle it. That's the other piece to their kit. And these are little shims, which you want to make sure those go back on, I think, but they might have sent new ones with it too, so I'm going to double check that, then I can let you guys know. But there's the old piece. Alright guys, so we came back inside now, and looking at this, you can see it has two new shims here. So we're just going to pop the white ones out that are on there now, and slide these ones in before we install this piece here. But yeah, we're just warming up a little bit because it's super cold outside, and then we're going to run outside and install this. Alright, so now you're going to take that black mark on here and line it up with the double like indent thing, I forget what they're called, grooves. You're going to line it up with that on here. Looks like we got it lined up now. And I'm just going to thread that nut, the new nut that they supplied here, which is in this bag. Someone doesn't like to show it.
Sorry.
That nut right there. You see the new nut sitting on there now? Thread it on there. And then you just want to tighten it. Don't want to go super tight, but you want to get it pretty tight. There's neutral there. The neutral is going to be where you can move it freely up and down. That's going to be important to know. And then this piece here, you have this little clip on, which you pop that off. Don't lose it. Pull that shim off. Actually, we still have the old shim in there, so I'm going to have to pop that white one out quick. Let me just make sure it's going to work. Yeah, I mean, I could actually just run it like that. That has one of the old ones, and then I'm just going to leave this new one out. But you just want to make sure that you have two shims and two of the shims in there, regardless of which ones that you use. I'm not going to bother trying to pop that one out. And then just make sure you reinstall that as well, or that'll back out. Alright, that's on there. Alright, actually, we gotta take that back off. The other thing that you gotta make sure is when you do that, that you have this lined up onto here. So, that's what I'm gonna have to do. Pull it off and put it back on with those lined up. Now you can see that black piece is on there. And we'll put this back on. Maybe. We'll attempt to put it back on. If I didn't have gloves on, I'm sure this would be a lot easier, but also a lot colder. I might have just realized another problem too. Yeah, I messed that up. I should have slid that cable in here when I installed that, but I didn't, so that kind of screwed me. Yeah. So I'm going to have to take that back off, but pretty much when you put this on, just make sure you slide this in before you bolt it down, and same with this one. So it's actually 3 things you have to pay attention to. I'm not going to film it, but I'm just going to fix that quick. Alright, so we put that back together. I ended up dropping this piece and I had to find it down in the snow under my car. But it's all together now. You see I slid the cables in first. And then what you want to do is you want to make sure you're in neutral here. So that's just making sure you can move up and down. The other thing I wanted to say is a lot of the reviews I heard on this and stuff is like it's like a real notchy feel, which I personally like. But I can tell just by playing around with it down here that it has that notchy feel, so I'm sure I'm going to feel it in the shifter as well. Now, what you want to do next is take this bent piece here. You can come around inside the car. You want to take your bent pin that they include with the kit. You want to take the long side of it and put it through the hole in your shifter here and down into the hole there, and that's going to lock this into the position it needs to be in. So then we'll go back out to the front. And then you want to start by tightening the first 2 bolts on here, and that'll hold that in position just to make sure that you have the shifter at the right spot before you go ahead and tighten all of them. But this is a 4mm Allen key on one side, and on the other side it's gonna be 1mm. Yeah, it's 1mm. And when you install this, it's best to push down on this over here. That kind of pulls it tighter. But we're going to tighten those. Actually, I'm retarded. Time out. I missed a step. Sorry, I'm rushing because it's cold, so I keep forgetting stuff. I'm going to loosen these up quick. You want to make sure that your shifter here is locked in that home position. And there's this little black lever over here that I showed you before. Mine always wants to be a pain in the ass. So that home position piece is locked in there, the pin. You just kind of turn it and push it in and push down on this a little. The important thing is you want to make sure you do that before you lock it in the car with that pin. So I had to go and take that out, but it's back in now. And we're in that position, so we're just going to tighten these cables again, however you come up to it. That pin already came out again. I really don't... I think mine's broken. The pin shouldn't come out that easily. So... I don't know. We'll see if it works. And then you tighten those two. And then... do the same for these. Now, I'm going to have to get a wrench for that one because of the way it's facing. And it's going to take a while. But yeah, you would just tighten those two as well and then see how it feels. So I'll do that off camera. Alright, so I finished up tightening the other 2 bolts and I shifted through the gears and it seems like I have all my gears in the right spots. So, and it's real notchy and close together, super short throw. But I'm going to take it for a little test drive once it warms up a little and just make sure everything's good to go before we call it done. Alright, what we got first, didn't have that before, so that's good. really get up to speed because all this snow. Summer tires. Take it to 4th. There's 4th. And then 5th. Yeah, so we got all our gears.
Woo! Yay!
I must say they are like extremely close together, and it is super notchy, like a super notchy feel. I might try and adjust it a little bit better on a day that's not so cold, but the most important part is if you make sure your first and second gear is real smooth between them, usually the rest of the gears kind of fall into place. So, and my pin's kind of screwed up on there too, which makes it a little bit of a pain to adjust, but that'll be the end of the video. As far as like a review, I mean, if you like a notchy feel and you like your gears real close together, this is the shifter for you. I mean, there's no better way to do it than direct connection to the cables. Some of the other kits that people offer aren't going to be near the quality that this is. So, other than the delayed shipping and stuff due to the weather, I definitely recommend this thing. It's working fine. And maybe I'll do a future review on it too and let you guys know how it's doing.